Good morning. Wow. We have been out working outside here since about, oh gosh, I don't know, 8 o'clock this morning. It is now officially too hot. Well, for me anyway. Fred's gonna finish a little bit more, but I thought after, whoa, crow. After this crazy, nasty heat we've had for the last week, we've had a little bit of rain. Everything has been growing really stupid. Like crazy stupid, to the point where it was really overwhelming. So I've been trying in the mornings to try and get some things done out here in the garden, but wow, it's just so hard. But on the weekends, basically this weekend, we do pretty good as a team, so I'll show you what we've been doing on the other side. The one garden looks terrible, like terrible. The other one is looking better, but thought we'd start here up front, kind of show you a few other things. These are those little tiny tomato seedlings that I started kind of late. I was curious if they would take, and they're going crazy. That one there, he's been eaten by something. I don't know what yet, but, and there's a few bites. It's probably earwigs, to be honest. This guy is officially a cucumber. Now the strawberries that we moved, oh, there's a few weeds in there I'm gonna have to clean up. The one that was there, it didn't make it, but the rest of them are actually doing pretty good. I'm actually happy. But you guys got to check out the raspberries. I bet you there's even a few in here we could pick. Woo! Look! He's almost ripe. We have got so many raspberries. So many to the point where the ravens have been kind of getting at them. The blueberries are getting bigger. Look at that. They'll take quite a while to ripen yet, but that's okay. But it is going to be a fabulous blackberry year. Look at that. We have so many blackberries. Both of them are covered with blackberries. That makes me happy. So one of my, what do you call it? No, I'm gonna say it. One of my failures. Oh, just a moment. I have no idea why, but the screwdriver's on the driveway. I'm gonna bet money it was on the Jeep when I went down into town yesterday. Oh well. No, we don't grow screwdrivers. Anyway, like I was saying, one of my failures, oh, it's nice and cool under this tree, when it comes to gardening is that I'm impatient. I expect things to grow faster than they do, and I gotta stop doing that. But now that I'm starting to see produce starting to form, I'm happy. Like my apple trees. Now, of course, the little guy, he's doing well up here. No apples, we already knew that. But this guy, this makes me happy. Apples, check it out. Look at them all. Lots and lots of apples. A couple of them aren't forming, but most of them are. We are going to get a fair number of apples off that little tree if I can get to them before the ravens and the crows do. Because those little monsters hate me. One of the trees here, either the big maple or the blue spruce, actually has Well, Fred says they're probably crows. I thought they were ravens. But there's young ones now. They're out of the nest. And when Mom or Dad come close by with food, that's all you could hear. Speaking of the culprits, there he is right there. See him? That's either Mom or Dad. I don't know which one. We actually call them Harold and Maude. If you're my age, you know who Harold and Maude are. Alrighty. Dirty hand. That's nothing new. I've got dirty shirt, dirty pants. Well, shorts. Dirty feet, dirty hands. The shower, it's seriously gonna feel great. Now the rhubarb, the heat did one number on the rhubarb. So the bags that I have in the freezer and that one batch of barbecue sauce, that's all we got. After that, it rained so hard it was hard to come out, and then it got so hot that the rhubarb started to kind of go. So we just let it go. The raised garden beds, check it out. We have lots of lettuce still. These ones here, the mixed blend at the end here, that stuff's gonna start going to bolts soon. And this thing, I still not 100% sure what it is. The leaves are squash-like, but they haven't produced any females yet, so I'm not 100% sure, but I guess I will find out. But we have been down here most of the day. So there is one weed here that grows so hard and heavy in the heat that it completely got away from us. Now I've been trying my best during the days and stuff to kind of get around the veggies, and you can actually tell that, which is perfect. So, and then of course my regular weeding. This isn't so great, but it's better than last year. I mean, you have to admit, it does look better than last year. Now the part that makes me really happy is we have veggies forming, like I mentioned. Check it out. Look at that. We have some zucchinis. Now, this one little yellow zucchini, he's starting to come along. This guy still has the flower. It's coming along. Look, zucchini. And even Fred's melons. So he started these 3 melons from seed. They've even got flowers on them. Look at the flowers. And that one's a female flower. That's a male, which I think is just wonderful. So we got the melons and the squash, a whole row of beets with some volunteer sunflowers. We have the peppers here. The last of the pak choi. Now we're leaving these couple to go to seed. We're gonna see if they can dry out and we can catch them. We have a random raspberry. The romaine lettuce, look at this stuff. Oh, it's actually heading out. Look, see? There's actually heads in there. So that's the romaine lettuce. That there is the Swiss chard. These are the cucumbers. And this is the stuff we're fighting with. So that's a mess. But the bane of our existence this year is this stuff. It grows ridiculously fast, and that's all that's over there. So I weeded all of that over the last week. Well, last week, the last few days has been so hot, and you can't tell. Here's another yellow zucchini, another green, and the tomatoes are coming along really well. Oops. So these are those heritage tomatoes that we bought. These ones were on clearance, believe it or not. But look, we have, oops, tomatoes. All those guys there are the ones that Fred put in at an angle, and you'd never know it. All these ones in amongst this weed that I can't get rid of, these were our seedlings. They're coming along great. And these ones here, These are the ones Fred rescued from up in the upper garden. That's crazy. Can you believe it? He rescued them. Oh yeah, and you can tell we have natural fertilizer. We have mushrooms. Yeah, I know. When I take you for a garden tour, I tend to ramble. But rambling happens. I came down the hill to show you the bottom garden. I have to go back up the hill now. Yeah, we have discovered that we do much better when we tag team. He gets in there with the shovel, loosens it all up, and then we just start picking it all out. I broke the hoe today too, so I have to get a new hoe. So that's going to make it a little more difficult. But the upper garden, don't judge me. Just saying. Oh, speaking of Freddie. Hi, Freddie. Our cucumbers are supposed to be growing up these things. I'm gonna see if I can wrap them in there. Hear that ruckus? Mom and Dad came back with some food. Anyway, these cucumbers here, these ones are like a longer cucumber. That's why I was attempting to put them up the trellis, but no matter how much I kind of keep them in amongst this netting, they just want to do their own thing. Hopefully, they will go up where I want them to. Let me show you the rest of our stuff. So we do have some sugar snap peas. We got a few that are growing. Here, see? Not quite big enough for munching yet, but when it comes to peas, check these out. Peas everywhere. Now these ones are the heritage peas, the Lincoln Heritage, these guys here. Look at them all. Isn't that wonderful? These peas here are the regular peas. Now I can't remember the name. I'd have to look it up. These are also our purple peas. Check these out. Aren't they phenomenal? Not bad for a let's see what happens, but I didn't expect them to be this tall. And I love the flowers. Aren't they beautiful? We have quite a few purple peas. All the flowers for the purple beans. Now I don't see any actual beans yet, but I have tons and tons of flowers. But down here on the yellow beans, we actually do have a few yellow beans starting to form. Look, there's one. See? Ta-da! The onions are coming along crazy. We did stop weeding them for a bit because we're yanking up some of the tomatoes, but the tomatoes are now big enough we can definitely tell what's what. The old onions from last year that we transplanted have all gone to flower. There's a few up there. And all of these tomatoes that we left, check this out. Tons of flowers. They're huge. There are carrots in there somewhere, believe it or not. Oh, there's a couple. Look, see? The tin Fred put down, it definitely was a good idea. It is working to keep a lot of the weeds down in the rows. And the ones that he actually put in the ground down here, that's working even better. So, it's a lot of work, but definitely worth it. So it is 35, I think, right now, Celsius. I'll put what that is in Fahrenheit down there, because don't ask me to math right now while I'm outside. But basically, it's hot. We have a heat warning, again, clear through till Tuesday. Whew. We had a nice little rain shower this morning. That was really quite nice. And we really like that. We cut another little part of the field because we've laid out where all the little apple trees are going to go. Here, let me show you. I am a bit winded, sorry. Now, we have had a bane of our existence, by the way, before we go back there. This row of potatoes has been decimated by potato bugs. And I mean decimated. I sprayed them really liberally yesterday, but of course, there's still potato bugs. Well, they're not really liking it too much, so that's good. I don't see as many. I may have to find a stronger spray for the potatoes. I don't like spraying, but kind of defeats the purpose of growing potatoes if the bugs eat the plants and then the potatoes die off. So this row, do you guys remember on this row, we planted nothing but squash. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plants that actually made it. That's it out of all of them. But this year we have females. We may actually get fruit this year. See them down there? Isn't that phenomenal? Every single one of them has at least one. A couple of them have more than one. Yay! Now up here, these are where the butternut squash is that we bought, the clearance ones. Look how well they're doing. They're still little. They're pretty small, but they may come along. We'll have to wait and see. And the eggplant is down here at the end. And our 2 pumpkins, this one was a pumpkin. We don't have any fruit on it yet. And that other big one down there is a pumpkin, but all these are also butternut. Coming along great. Look at these. Aren't they phenomenal? So this one's one of the ones we put in last year. This is one of the ones we bought this year. But look how they're growing. Don't they look good? But the part that's really cool are the green grapes. This one I thought had died, and it did not. This one we know was good. He's the one that started growing just after. These two. Oh my gosh, look! Oh, let me get a little light. Check it out. It survived. So 3 out of 4. That is a wicked discovery. That makes me happy. Oh my gosh. Ah. Okay, no, seriously, you have no idea how happy that makes me. I thought only 1 out of the 4 survived. We have 3. Oh, that makes me so happy. Alrighty. Whew. One last place to go. And that is the new area. So as you guys already know, I cut back here a little further. It used to end right about here, so not very far. So I cut all of this back, and yesterday Fred did this with the little lawnmower. We'll have to take the big lawnmower through to it, probably in a couple of days. But all these flags here, that's where all the apple trees are that we've been growing from seed are gonna go. And he's really, really proud of it. And he should be. Yeah, he started those trees. They're growing well. So now we're gonna keep them alive if we're lucky. Now the hard part of putting them back there is that we will have to bucket water them for a while until they really get established. And then next summer we should only have to bucket them a few times, quite literally like a 5-gallon bucket. So, and then hopefully they'll be fine. And then pretty soon we're going to be starting to get some more pine trees to go around the edges of the field here. Start getting the odd birch tree, maybe a few lilac, a few poplar, a few maple. Basically, we're just going to put different kinds of trees everywhere. and pretty much forest all the way around the outside of that field. At least on the back or maybe that side. So, yay. All right. So I picked 2 peas. Let's see how well they're actually growing. All right. So they're not going to be big yet, but are you ready? This is why I do what I do. Isn't that phenomenal? Beautifully formed. Let's try the other one. See how well they're coming along. Snap it open. There we go. Oh, doesn't that look great? Yep. This is the best snack in the world. So sweet, so tasty. I am sweaty. I really need a shower. It is hot out here. The camera is not liking the heat. So anyway, guys, we're on to the beginning of week 2 of a heat warning. Fred's gonna finish that 1 aisle and that's it. He's not allowed to do any more. I think we're gonna call it a day. So I'm gonna eat my snack, tell Fred about our 3rd grape. Whew. And I gotta get something cold to drink. So anyway, everybody, we will see you next time. Everybody have a great day. Let me know if you're growing anything and how it's coming along. But we'll see you next time on our simpler life here on PEI. Bye for now.